Welcome to the deep dive. You can almost smell it, can't you? That fresh paint smell of draft season optimism. Everyone's building a winner.
Visions of championships dancing in their heads.
Exactly. But here in the Thunderdome Dynasty League, well, let's just say that optimism often runs smack into a wall of questionable choices, audacious gambles, sometimes just plain baffling stuff.
Yeah, it's less about finding the sure thing and more like navigating a minefield of very unique strategies. Let's put it that way.
Perfect. And that's why we're diving deep today. We've got insights from from some of the most, let's say, opinionated minds. The commissioner himself, Oak Cliff hoodlums, the seasoned vet, Killisith, and our own brutally honest AI analyst, Gemini.
No mercy there.
None whatsoever. So our mission to really unpack this 2025 draft, figure out who actually made smart moves and who, made some interesting choices that might just bite them later. We're not pulling punches.
And remember, for anyone joining us, this isn't your standard league. It's PPR. Plus premium scoring for QBs and defense. Those spots matter. A lot.
Oh yeah. And Dynasty means mistakes linger. One bad pick. It can haunt you for years. The stakes are definitely high.
Super high. Every single pick is a gamble.
All right, let's get into this madness. First up, the master puppeteer, the 2020 champ, Killisith. Known for smart trades, building through the draft, and he came in loaded. 7 picks.
7. That's quite a war chest.
His first pick, 1.01, Ashen Janty. Gemini called it boring, predictable, and soul-crushingly effective. You gotta love that.
Yeah. Predictable, maybe, but effective, absolutely. Janty's the real deal. Plug and play. OCH himself hated that he couldn't get Janty anywhere. Killisith locked down a cornerstone.
Okay, so far so good. Boring but effective. But then, Killisith does a Killisith thing. At 1.09, right, 2 elite receivers, McMillan and Egbuka, are just sitting there.
Wow. He's just waiting. Free money, basically.
And he takes Caleb Johnson, another running back. Gemini flagged it immediately. Puzzling move, like ignoring free money, what gives? Knowing KS, was this some 4D chess move or just getting too clever?
That's the question, isn't it? Now, Killisith said he was targeting Johnson. Hoped to trade up for Judkins or Henderson earlier, couldn't. So it wasn't random. He wanted Johnson.
Okay, targeted. But was the value really there compared to those receivers? I mean, come on.
Well, Killisith clearly thought so, or thought he could play chicken and still get one later. Which,
Which brings us to the dangerous game of chicken, as Gemini put it, because somehow he does get Emeka Egbuka later at 1.11, and then boom, 2.01, he grabs Luther Burden, who tons of people had top 10.
It's maddening. Gemini just threw up its digital hands, basically. Yeah. This is just getting silly. Killisith continues his masterclass in hoarding value. He practically dares people to let talent fall.
It really feels like that sometimes. He knew he'd get one of them, didn't he?
He actually said that. He admitted he'd have taken Egbuka over Johnson at 9, but he knew he was guaranteed either Egbuka or McMillan at 11 if he took Johnson first. Calculated risk. Cold-blooded.
Wow. And Burden, too. Just relentless value grabbing.
Yep. Viewed Burden as better overall talent, even with Udunze already there. It's just accumulate talent, worry later.
But the running backs... It didn't stop. He took a third one, Tutenpeischel at 2.10. That was Pen9 WYNZ's pick originally, right?
Correct. Acquired in a trade.
And then a fourth running back, DJ Giddens at 3.1. Gemini's commentary here was just chef's kiss. Oh, you thought Killisith was done cornering the running back market? How naive.
And the follow-up. My predictive models are now recalibrating for a world where every starting NFL running back is owned by Killisith. Genius or madness, right?
Usually both with him. So it's an A+ grade from OCH and Gemini, but man, what a weird path to get there. Just running back after running back.
Well, Killisith had his reasons. He thinks Etienne might be gone soon in Jacksonville. Sutton is best player available. Targeted Giddens at 3.01, citing Taylor's injury history. It's all future-focused.
Still, OCH's little jab. Is Killisith land the place where talent goes to die? We'll see, won't we? That RB room is either going to dominate or just explode from overcrowding.
Time will definitely tell on that one. Risky business, hoarding one position like that.
Okay, from calculated chaos to maybe just chaos. Let's talk Runaway Train. Coming off a dreadful 3-11 season, needed a spark.
Desperately.
And at 1.02, they provide the first real moment of drama per Gemini they take. Cam Ward, quarterback.
At 1.02.
Yeah.
In a 1 QB league.
OCH was just floored. Train must have been drinking the proverbial Kool-Aid an entire jug. Gemini. intrigued but skeptical. That's AI for, are you serious?
It's definitely a bold swing. Killisith had mixed feelings, but did say, if you need a QB and you love one, you take him. Winning without a decent QB is tough, even in one QB.
True, but 1.02 is heavy capital. And then the follow-up picks. Mason Taylor, tight end, 2.02. Taj Brooks, running back, 3.02. Gemini called them sensible, if not earth-shattering.
Solid enough players, sure, but not exactly game changers on their own.
Right, so it all circles back to Ward, doesn't it? Gemini, draft success, hinges significantly on the development of Cam Ward. OCH was puzzled, Gemini gave a B-. That's not exactly a ringing endorsement for a 1.02 pick.
Nope. It's a massive gamble. Build around a rookie QB, high ceiling, maybe, but the floor could be basement level if Ward doesn't hit. Risky strategy for a team needing wins now.
All right, next up, the 2023 champ, the Kashmir Markhor. Apparently, winning wasn't enough. According to Gemini, they decided to reinvent the wheel and possibly set it on fire.
Huh. That sounds about right for some post-championship drafts. Getting creative.
Creative is one word. First pick, 1.04. RJ Harvey. Running back. Gemini circuits buzzed with confusion. Was it Galaxy Brain or just bored with consensus rankings?
Well, opinions were split. Killisith was skeptical, worried about the Kamara comps just because of Sean Payton. OCH, though, defended it. Payton rarely misses on RBs. Get your guy.
Okay, fine. A little reach, maybe. But then, 2.04.
Yeah.
Cam Skatobo, Gemini's description, folk hero and a roster clogger.
Roster clogger.
And the sarcasm. I can only assume the plan is to annoy the rest of the league with a roster full of the most obscure players imaginable. I mean, wow, you draft guys you actually want to start, right?
You'd think. Although, OCH was really high on Skadebo, so watch the tape, should have been a first-rounder, Killisith. More of a depth piece, better NFL player than fantasy. So again, wildly different takes.
Divisive is an understatement. And the finale, QB Tyler Show at 3.04. Premium QB scoring, maybe some logic there. Gemini still wasn't sure. Deep strategic play or just another delightful curveball into the void.
Into the void, love it.
The final grade from Gemini, C-. The summary, basically they drafted for their vision, not value, and Gemini leans towards head scratcher, definitely an unorthodox title defense strategy.
Yeah, Killisith felt they mostly reach. Even if you get your guy, reaching consistently is usually not a path to sustained success. Bold, maybe too bold.
Next, Raucous Rebels. Rebuilding team came in with a strong hand. Started off with a bang, maybe a controversial one. Quinshon Judkins at 1.05.
Judkins, the talent versus the trouble.
Exactly. Gemini called it highway robbery value-wise. But OCH loved the pick, hate the real-life reality. Those legal issues are scary.
Very scary. Killisith pointed out the Browns told him to stay away from camp. But KS also said, talent-wise, Judkins was the second best RB after Jandy. Huge potential. Huge red flag.
Classic fantasy dilemma. But then the Rebels pull a move that Gemini labeled truly head-scratching. At 1.08, they take Matthew Golden, a wide receiver.
Okay, Golden's got some buzz, but...
But McMillan and Egbuka were still there. Consensus top 10 guys. Gemini went nuclear. Passing on that kind of blue-chip prospect is a cardinal sin for a rebuilding team. A stunning deviation from optimal strategy.
Oof, yeah, that's hard to justify.
Yeah.
OCH called it head-scratcher, too. Killisith worried Golden might just be a boom-bust guy. You need foundational pieces when rebuilding, not first-round dart throws.
They did recover a bit. Grabbing tight end Colston Loveland at 2.05, Gemini called that a brilliant recovery. And Jalen Royals at 3.05 was sensible, if unexciting.
So salvaged it somewhat. Loveland's a good prospect.
Yeah, but that 1.08 pick looms large. Gemini gave them a B overall. Stark contrasts, moments of pure genius followed by perplexing decisions. OCH just wondered, what the hell is going on over there? Scary talent, yes, but some really weird process moments.
Definitely mixed bag. Highs and lows in one draft.
All right, terrific Texicans. Only 2 picks. Traded their third away.
Yep, to OCH.
Their first pick, 1.06 Travis Hunter, the ultimate wild card. Gemini, boom or bust pick with league-winning potential. High ceiling, maybe no floor.
Could be. OCH had mixed feelings about how the two-way thing translates to fantasy. Is it a cheat code or just a headache?
Killisith praised the pick's bravery, called Hunter the best WR in the draft talent-wise, but acknowledged its uncharted territory. Huge upside, huge question marks about NFL usage.
Very high risk, potentially immense reward.
But here's the weird part. They traded a pick last year for a QB, right?
They did.
Yet this year, OCH was puzzled that Cam Ward was not a priority, especially with premium QB scoring. OCH joked they're probably just waiting for Arch Manning next year. Sounds like a good plan to me, LOL.
Yeah, that's odd. You invest QB capital, then ignore a potential upgrade in a good class? Doesn't quite add up.
Gemini gave him a B plus babe, but that QB situation feels like a missed opportunity or just a very strange long-term plan. They doubled down on receiver later with Trey Harris at 2.06, so the strategy seems clear, just maybe incomplete.
Focused, perhaps narrowly focused. We'll see if ignoring QB bites them.
Okay, A place at the table. The dominant back-to-back champs 2021-2022, only 2 picks this year.
Stacked roster.
And they used 1.07 on Trevayon Henderson. Gemini called it an arrogant powerhouse move, a luxury pick.
Makes sense. Adding strength to strength.
OCH got a bit wistful, though. How the mighty have fallen. Talking about their older RBs like Harris and Etienne not scaring anyone anymore. A bit harsh, maybe.
Maybe. But Henderson is definitely an injection of youth and talent. Killiseth thought it was a great pick, fantastic value that late. Probably never expected him to be there.
Fair enough. Value is value. But do they need another top RB or just collecting assets?
That's the question with dominant teams sometimes.
Their second pick, Betch, Jack LVR, receiver, 2.07. Sensible move, said Gemini, but still wondered if Ape was just collecting shiny objects. Got a B minus. Good players, maybe not addressing any real need.
Killiseth liked both picks, felt they couldn't have done much better. Sometimes when you're that good, you just take the best talent available and figure it out.
True. Must be nice. All right, Pen 9 of Yenzi, the 2018 champ, known for, let's say, creative trading.
That's putting it mildly. Bold and puzzling sometimes.
But this time, at 1.10, they did something Gemini called the most logical pick of the entire draft. They stopped the slide and took Tedaro McMillan.
Finally.
Yeah.
Someone grabbed him.
Gemini was practically sighing with relief. My faith in this league is restored. Thank you, Pen 9 WINZ, for stopping the madness.
OCH called it complete madness that McMillan fell that far. The steal of the draft. Killiseth was surprised too. Thinks McMillan has the highest ceiling outside of maybe Hunter. Just pure value.
So a moment of sanity.
Yeah.
But this is Pen 9 WINZ. OCH pointed out the only slight issue was trading away their second-round pick for Aaron Jones.
Oof, a 30-year-old, often injured Aaron Jones in this deep rookie RB class.
Right. OCH wondered if people were sleeping big time on the rookie backs. So brilliant value pick, followed by a questionable veteran trade. Classic Pen 9 WINZ.
It really is. Gemini gave a B plus S called the draft refreshingly clear-headed and value-driven. Which is funny considering the Jones trade context. Balancing act, I guess.
Or maybe just chaos theory in action. Okay, Sin City, the reigning champ, 2024 winner, built that team up fast.
Yeah, impressive turnaround. Trash to cash, as OCH put it.
They had a clear minimalist strategy this year. Pick 1.1, Tyler Warren, tight end, consensus top rookie TE Gemini, solid workman-like pick.
Safe. Fills a need potentially. OCH couldn't believe Warren almost fell to the second round. Killiseth, usually a wary of rookie T's, admitted Warren could perform well. High floor pick for a champ.
Then at 2.2, they took a shot. Jalen Milroe, QB. The owner called him a lottery ticket.
Which, as Gemini said, is a luxury a champion can afford. Take a flyer on upside.
Exactly. Sin City got a B from Gemini. Masterful display of restraint and tactical execution. Maybe a bit boring for a champ, but solid. And OCH couldn't resist another jab at Pen 9 WINZ.
Oh yeah.
Sin City also bought in on some of this year's deep RB class to boot, which is more than the Pen 9 wins did. LOL. Ouch.
Yeah. Milroe's that lottery ticket. Killiseth noted if his passing improves, he could dominate fantasy. Smart upside play when you don't need immediate impact.
All right, almost there. Testicular fortitude. A team loaded with talent and embarrassment of riches even. But as OCH so delicately put it, crickets in the championship wing category. Brutal.
Wow. Straight for the jugular.
And their draft. Well, it started with them not drafting. Sat out round 1 because they traded that pick for Deebo Samuel.
Right. Trade #4. Killiseth called that the self-inflicted wound that hurts their draft upside.
Definitely. Gemini agreed. They finally picked at 2.08 Jalen Noah receiver. Then Jaden Blue, RB 2.11, and Pat Bryant, WR 3.08. Gemini's take. Methodical, if unexciting, solid prospects. Not flashy, fundamentally sound.
Is this okay then? Filling depth.
Pretty much. Which brings us back to OCH's assessment. This one's an all-timer. It is truly puzzling how testicular fortitude has been served a steady pour of vanilla nut taps in this league for years at this point.
Vanilla nut taps. Oh my God.
I know, and he wasn't done. I can imagine Testi was pissed to the highest level of pistivity when I was the one who knocked his squad out the first round of the playoffs last year. HA.
Commissioner rubbing salt in the wound. That's incredible.
So the C+ grade from Gemini feels almost generous, right? It reflects a perfectly okay draft that does nothing to shake things up for a team that just can't seem to get over the hump despite the talent. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, vanilla nut taps might be the defining phrase for that draft. Uninspiring.
Okay, 2 more. North Texas Bulls, no first rounder, traded 1.09 to kill a Sith for Isaiah Pacheco.
Active before the draft then.
Yep. They did make a calculated gamble at 2.09, taking QB Jackson Dart. Gemini called it a strategic move to secure a potential cornerstone.
Dart's got potential. OCH thinks he'll take over in New York eventually. Kill a Sith saw it as a future build piece. Make sense?
Then they just loaded up on third rounders. Woody Marks, RB Terrence Ferguson, T. LaQuinn Allen, RB Gemini. Not immediate wow selections, but building depth, taking shots.
Sensible enough approach after trading the first. Throw darts later on.
But Killisith had a typically blunt take on Allen. In the end, I think he's just a jag.
Just a guy. Ouch. Never what you want to hear about your draft pick.
Nope. So a B- from Gemini. Not flashy, but sensible for a team retooling after trades. Under the radar might work out. Or might just be a collection of jags.
The eternal mystery of late round picks.
And finally, the commissioner himself. Oak Cliff Hoodlums, perennial contender, win now mode, always on.
Always. All in.
Had just one pick, 3.06, acquired from the Texicans, took Kyle Williams, wide receiver, and OCH admitted he's not quite all the way in on Drake May, Williams' QB. Destiny has fortuitously linked some of my team's production to the success of Drake May's arm. You can feel the anxiety.
Huh. Yeah, being tied to a QB you're iffy on is rough.
Huh.
Killa Sith noted Williams was good value there, but he liked other RBs and TEs more at that spot. One rookie isn't much ammo for a contender.
Well, that's the point, right? OCH traded away all his early picks chasing the Super Bowl last year, made it, didn't win it. Does he regret it?
What did he say?
The verdict is still out. I could have picked up some really good talent, but I made it to the Super Bowl. The only regret is that I didn't win it all. Would I do it again? Absolutely.
That's pure OCH. All gas, no brakes. Win now, figure out the draft picks later.
Exactly. So Gemini gives him a C+ grab. It's a lot to ask of a third-round rookie. The whole draft hinges on Kyle Williams hitting immediately. It's less about the pick, more about the picks he didn't make.
Totally. A reflection of the all-in strategy. High risk, almost got the high reward. Leaves the cupboard bare for the draft, though.
So there we are. What a ride. The 2025 Thunderdome draft. Chaotic, confusing, sometimes brilliant, often just baffling.
Yeah, not every pick lands, does it? Some are definitely head scratchers. It shows how even with all the analysis, you get these human owners with their gut feelings and weird trades throwing wrenches in everything.
It's what makes Dynasty fascinating though, right? These puzzling picks, these audacious gambles, they're just the start. Now we see if they pay off or become famous cautionary tales.
Because Kill a Sith had a great line about it. Winning isn't getting the players when and where the masses think they should go, but how those players perform on the field. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Absolutely. So the big question we leave you with, which of these wild swings, these vanilla nut taps, and these questionable calls will actually shape the future of the Thunderdome? Only time, probably a lot of frustrating lineup decisions will tell.
Welcome back to the deep dive. And listen, before we jump into things today, I need to start with an apology. Seriously.
Yeah.
In a previous deep dive, we completely missed talking about one team's draft class, the Grizzly Truth. That was our mistake.
It really was.
So this deep dive, it's all about making that right. We're focusing entirely on them today.
Absolutely. Our mission here is simple. We get you the key insights, the important facts about the Grizzly Truth's 2025 draft and the Thunderdome Dynasty League. We want you fully caught up.
Okay, good. So the Grizzly Truth, or TGT, they only had 2 picks this year.
Just 2, yeah. 1.03 and 2.03.
But they definitely seem to make them count. Let's start with that first one, 1.03, Omarion Hampton, running back for the Chargers.
Right. And this one was, well, pretty much a consensus great pick. OCH, our commissioner, he said Grizz was, quote, licking his chops when Hampton fell.
Licking his chops, okay.
Yeah, and OCH felt it was such a sure thing, he said he would have made this pick 100 times out of 100. TGT really needed help at running back, too.
Desperately, I think was the word used.
Yeah, pretty desperately, so the need was obvious. And then you have Gemini, our guest analyst, chiming in.
What did Gemini say?
Called it like printing money, Hampton, in a Jim Harbaugh offense. You know Harbaugh loves to run the ball.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So maybe not flashy, like Gemini said, but potentially championship winning stuff. Just solid value.
Okay, so a home run at 1.03. What about their second pick? 2.03. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver from Houston.
Yeah, Higgins. OCH seemed really high on this one, too. Said he was in love with this pick.
In love. Wow. Any specific reason?
He even offered a comparison a slower version of Mike Evans.
Huh. Slower Mike Evans. That's an interesting praise. Still, Mike Evans is quite the player.
Exactly. Suggests, reliable hands, maybe good in the red zone, and that landing spot in Houston.
Right, with C.J. Stroud. That offense looks like it's on the rise. The culture change there.
For sure. Gemini was maybe a bit more measured on Higgins, called the pick solid, if unremarkable, but still acknowledged decent upside. So, positive overall, just maybe not the same universal acclaim as Hampton.
Got it. So how did our analysts sort of sum up TGT's overall draft with just those two picks?
Well, OCH saw it as part of a master plan. He mentioned great wheeling and dealing to get into position for those picks.
So looking beyond just the selections themselves.
Exactly. While Gemini framed it more as quiet competence?
Quite competent.
Yeah, the analogy used was like a sensible pair of khaki pants.
Khaki pants. Okay, I think I get it.
Yeah.
Practical, gets the job done, covers needs without being flashy.
Precisely. And KS, another respected manager, agreed TGT nailed both of his picks and pointed out they've added a lot of talent the past couple of years. So building something solid.
So overall, despite just two picks, high marks all around. An A from OCH and KS, a B from Gemini, really speaks to efficiency.
It really does. And that brings us to a thought for you, the listener. We see TGT's approach here. Quiet competence, the sensible khakis, addressing needs. How does that stack up for you against maybe flashier drafts, teams taking bigger swings? What strategy do you think builds a long-term winner in Dynasty? The safe and solid or the high-risk, high-reward? Something to think about.